This will be the second presentation in a series about the New Jersey Stormwater Management Rules. The goal of this presentation is to explain the requirements for stormwater management planning. The majority of stormwater management projects are aimed at reducing the adverse impacts of development on individual sites. However, individual water bodies can receive stormwater discharges from hundreds and even thousands of sites. Therefore, to truly assess the impact of stormwater discharges on a water body, the cumulative impact must be considered. This is why stormwater management planning is important. Stormwater management plans provide the framework for assessing the conditions and needs of local water bodies and stormwater management infrastructure and implementing best management practices to meet the design and performance standards of the stormwater management rules. The stormwater management rules provide goals for stormwater management planning as well as descriptions and requirements of two different types of plans: regional stormwater management plans and municipal stormwater management plans. Subchapter 2 of the Stormwater Management Rules discusses the goals and requirements for stormwater management planning. The goals of stormwater management planning are to reduce flood damage, including that to life and property, to minimize any increase in stormwater runoff from new developments, to reduce soil erosion from both development and construction, to assure the adequacy of existing in-stream structures such as culverts and bridges, to maintain groundwater recharge, to prevent, to the extent feasible, an increase in non-point pollution, to maintain the integrity of stream channels for biological function and drainage, to minimize pollutants in order to restore, enhance, and maintain the integrity of the state's waters, and to maintain the current uses such as aesthetics, recreation, industrial uses, and water supply, and to protect public safety through the proper design and operation of stormwater management basins. Subchapter 3 of the Stormwater Management Rules discusses the process of developing and adopting a regional stormwater management plan. Regional stormwater management planning is an approach that focuses on the characteristics and needs of an entire drainage area. As a result, regional stormwater management plans generally span the borders of multiple municipalities and even multiple counties. The first step in regional stormwater management planning is the establishment of a planning committee. The committee should include individuals from all relevant agencies in the planning area as well as individuals from the general public. Once a planning committee is formed, a lead agency must then be designated. The lead agency is responsible for preparing the plan, coordinating with other relevant planning processes, and providing opportunities for public participation. The lead agency also facilitates the process by providing technical assistance and, where available, financial assistance. For a list of authorized planning agencies, please see Section 3.2 of the Stormwater Management Rules. The next step in regional stormwater management planning is to characterize and assess the planning area. The characterization is the basis for developing objectives and design and performance standards and selecting and implementing stormwater management measures. The characterization includes such information as maps of the planning area, identification of physical characteristics related to stormwater management, hydrologic and hydraulic models or analyses, identification and evaluation of applicable stormwater-related regulations, as well as a summary of information that could be useful but is not currently available. The next part of developing a regional stormwater management plan is to identify and rank stormwater-related impacts to water quality, water quantity, and groundwater recharge, including stormwater-related pollutants and pollutant sources, flooding, erosion, groundwater depletion, and mosquito breeding. For a complete description of the characterization and assessment requirements, please see Section 3.4 of the Stormwater Management Rules. The next step in developing a regional stormwater management plan is to identify drainage area-specific water quality, water quantity, and groundwater recharge objectives. These objectives should be based on eliminating, reducing, or minimizing the stormwater-related impacts identified in the characterization and assessment. The next step in developing the regional plan is to identify specific design and performance standards to meet the objectives. These can include standards for stormwater quality, stormwater quantity, groundwater recharge or erosion, as well as other things such as specific structural or non-structural strategies to be utilized. Also, the specific design and performance standards do not have to be uniform throughout the planning area. However, any design and performance standards adopted must be at least as protective as those laid out in Subchapter 5 of the Stormwater Management Rules. For more information about these standards, please see the Design and Performance Standards presentation in this series. Once the design and performance standards have been established, specific stormwater management measures must be chosen to meet the objectives. This includes considering stormwater management measures for new land uses, existing land uses, protection of beneficial areas, and public education. Stormwater management measures for new land uses could include such things as requiring certain non-structural strategies or additional peak flow reductions on all new developments. Retrofits of existing stormwater management measures, elimination of illicit discharges, and control of floatables are all examples of measures that could be chosen for existing developments. Protection of beneficial features could include land use controls, preservation of open space, or buffer zones around streams. Examples of public education programs are rain barrel workshops or the distribution of educational materials about non-point pollution. Each stormwater management measure that is selected requires an analysis of feasibility, benefits and costs, estimated pollutant reduction, and anticipated longevity. Also, each selected measure requires a program for preventative and corrective maintenance. The Regional Stormwater Management Plan requires an implementation strategy. The implementation strategy identifies the entities necessary to implement the measures and conduct long-term monitoring, as well as the responsibilities of each entity. It also includes an implementation schedule and the costs associated, as well as identifying potential funding sources for implementation. A long-term monitoring program must also be established to provide relevant information about the condition of the planning area. Lastly, the implementation strategy includes a procedure for evaluating the effectiveness of the implemented measures and updating the plan as necessary. Subchapter 4 of the Stormwater Management Rule discusses municipal stormwater management plans. A municipal stormwater management plan provides a framework for how an individual municipality will address stormwater-related impacts of major developments and may also address impacts occurring from existing land uses. Within 1 year of the adoption of a municipal stormwater management plan, the municipality must adopt a stormwater control ordinance to implement the stormwater management plan. The plan and ordinance must conform to any applicable regional stormwater management plan. The municipal stormwater management program will be discussed in more detail in the module Stormwater Management through the Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System Permit. For more information on the role of the stormwater management rules in the municipal stormwater management program, please see Chapter 3 of the New Jersey BMP Manual and the Municipal Mitigation Plan Guidance. Thank you for watching the Stormwater Management Planning presentation in this series about the Stormwater Management Rules. For more information, please watch the other videos in this series entitled Applicability, Design and Performance Standards, and Safety Standards for Stormwater Management Basins, as well as the module Stormwater Management through the Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System Permit.